Can I talk to you again? I've got something on my mind. I'm still going through my deconstruction phase from Christianity, and so naturally, the topic of Jesus, is going to be on my mind, and some biblical passages that I am having to relearn, reinterpret. And the passage that I was thinking of was, I can't give you the reference now, but it says, without me, you can do nothing. That is something Jesus is recorded as having said. And in Christianity, at a surface level, we took that to mean, without Jesus, you can do nothing. And so the natural response to that statement and to that kind of a belief is to follow the teacher, obey the teacher, love the teacher, and worship the teacher, because without him we can do nothing. On a surface level, that is a pretty dismal way to live, if you ask me. And it instills this program of I can do nothing, I know nothing, I of myself can do nothing. It leaves us dependent on someone else. We become codependent on someone else for our answers and how to live our life. And that is very disempowering when you always have to wait for the orders and the guidance of somebody else outside of you. But what might Jesus have actually been talking about? I do not believe that he was referring to himself, that without Jesus we can do nothing. But it's more like without the realization of our Christ self, of our higher divine self, we can do nothing. We would be in a very low density awareness. And an example of that is when we go through life and we do not know what our purpose for being is in this life. And without purpose, it becomes a very depressing existence. We are built to function on purpose. We are built to function and thrive on being significant. That is not an egoic aspiration or an egoic goal, although ego is very much aware of this and also tries to implement significance. But it's not based in the true authentic sense of being. It's the inflated persona that is seeking to become significant rather than realizing I am significant because I am more than just my human self. I am a divine spirit. I am one with God. I am one with Source. I am Source at a very molecular level. I am that. I am. So without that higher connection, that higher awareness, we can do nothing. We are earthworms crawling around on earth without purpose, without vision. And that makes the human spirit perish. We must have vision, we must have purpose, we must have significance. But this must be based in our true identity, the true self-identity, not in the egoic personas that were shaped through trauma, abuse, neglect, hurt, all the low resonance vibrations. We can't base our identity in that. If we see ourselves in that lower light, we will behave and act in lower vibration based on the vibration we identify as. So, without me, you can do nothing, is without the realization of your higher Christ self, you're going to be very limited in how you conduct yourself in this world. And even if in your egoic career you are very successful and you gather to yourself all the things that can be had in this world, at some point the reality of this world will come to an end with all of the things. If that is all we based our identity in, then when the time of transition comes, we're going to feel great loss and regret, because we think that because we're tied to the things and the accumulations that our ego acquired, pardon me, we think we are that. And then, of course, the loss, the fear of loss of those things is very great and discouraging. So, without me, without your higher self, you can only do so much, and you can only get so much and get as only so far until it's time to transition. That's where it's necessary that you have your identity in the beyond, as source, as divine, as a spirit, so that when these earthly things fall away, you're not rocked to the core and frightened of losing your identity. You're just losing the persona that ego built in this three-dimensional world. But you are much greater. You're a great spirit. You are the great spirit we call God. Or if it helps to break it down, you are a small fractal of the great spirit. That is your true identity of soul. That is the me without which you can do nothing. I hope this helped and encourages someone today that you can build on the basis of a higher self, your higher soul self.